Okay guys, series 2, how to contour. I'm going to use a cream stick and then a pressed powder as well. I'm going to use the stick first. This is the shade Cypress. You see it's very dark, well not very dark. So contouring is basically creating shadows. You can like change the shape of your nose, make your forehead appear smaller, add more to that depth in your cheeks, make your cheekbones look more lifted, sculpt your jaw more. Pretty cool. So I'm going to take the stick foundation and I'm going to start by going right here, right here, right here. When you contour your cheeks, you want to go from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth and keep it above that. So I'm going to go right here, under my bottom lip. That's just going to create a fuller lip. And then I'm going to draw a V right there. And then 2 small lines, just like that. Okay, so it might look a little cray-cray at first. It's gonna all come together, okay? Trust the process. So I'm gonna start with my forehead first. This is a angled sculpting brush, and I'm going to stipple this out. The same way I did my foundation. I'm not gonna like buff or drag the brush on my skin. I'm just gonna stipple it. You just lift up every single time. So I'm creating a shadow on my forehead because your girl got a larger forehead. Okay, like that. And then my cheeks, my cheekbones, I'm not gonna go down with it. I'm gonna keep everything up. So I'm gonna stipple it upwards. You don't want to bring it down. It can make your face appear more droopy. And when you keep it up, your face will appear more lifted as we age. That's, you know, what we all want. Your girl is about to be 38 on April 6th. Can you believe that? Like, that number seems old. I know it's not, but it's just weird because like when you're little, you don't think you'll ever live to be that old. At least I didn't, but yeah. Okay, so I'm keeping it up. Keeping it up. Under my lip. I still want to try to do my top lip. I watched a video and she contoured her whole mouth and it turned out to look really good. And I was like, huh, I'm gonna try that someday. Someday. Okay, your nose, I just keep it in that V shape. And then I go along the top of it and blend that line out. Same thing on this side. Now, if I want my makeup to stay like 24 hours, right? I'm gonna take a powder, a pressed powder, like my pressed powder here. This has shea butter, hyaluronic acid, chamomile, vitamin E. This is the most hydrating powder you will ever use. It's so good. So I'm gonna set, wherever I put the cream contour, I'm gonna set it with this powder in my contour shade. I'm just literally gonna go right on it. Now, I don't always use a stick and then go over it with a powder. Most of the time, I use just the powder. But I wanted to show you guys 2 different ways. And if you do it like this, your makeup is gonna stay all day. Like, I mean, it's gonna stay all day anyways, but this is like extra protection. Okay, so I'm just going over the same. You can go right here and sculpt your jaw out. You can go under, if you have a double chin like that, you can go right here. And then I always go down the sides of my neck. like that. Brings it all together. I know it looks crazy right now, but once we use the setting powder on it, it's all gonna come together. Okay, so for my nose, you want a smaller brush like this. This is my powder concealer brush. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna go set it right here. And then just the same way that how I applied the stick, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go in a V shape like that. And then I'm gonna go along the top of my nose. This brush is a perfect size because it'll hit the side too. You don't want to do just the sides of your nose because it'll actually make your nose look wider if you do that. And then I connect it right here because our nose is like connected to our brows. And then I'll take this end and just sort of lighten it up a tad. You don't really have to lighten up too much because the setting powder, it's gonna do that for us, okay? So next, I'm going to grab setting powder brush. And then this is my hydrating setting powder. It has water molecules in it. It's like the coolest thing. It feels cool when you put it on your skin. It almost feels wet, but it's not. This is really good for mature skin or if you have drier skin. This is gonna be like your best friend. So what I do is, let me wipe that part off. Grab my setting powder brush, I dip it in, okay? I take the cap and then I swirl it around like this. I'm gonna hit my eyes first, go under my eyes where I applied that concealer, then I'm gonna go on my eyelids, okay, your nose, your nose, the rest of your face. I just go over my entire face with this. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit more. And you don't need a lot, just a little bit. Same thing. I'm going right over my contour. Same thing up here. And I'm stippling this as well. Not buffing, not pulling my skin, just stippling it. Okay. You see how that looks like it toned the shine down. It just made everything come together. I love this setting powder. It almost is like having a filter on your skin, right? Like putting a filter on. It's so good. Okay guys, next series is going to be blush and highlight.